If we were to tax billionaires, how do we stop them from leaving the country? Well, you are really taxing the things they own. So their businesses. And pulling out of a market means a lot less money. Having said that, tax havens, i.e. what you are talking about, are a big problem when it comes to equitable taxing. Well, since they made all of their money technically in one country, if they want to do business in that country, then they have to pay the taxes of the country they're doing business in. That might be a way to start. Millionaires will own 3 or 4 houses in different states, even different countries. Many millionaires in the US have Florida as their primary residence since it has no state income tax and various other benefits. I believe we are headed towards a national sales tax. Billionaires and corporations, according to some artfully written laws and regulations, don't really have an income, and are therefore not required to pay income tax. We should be more focused on the lawmakers in the Senate and Congress who've allowed the current loopholes. It's not necessarily a problem. Many countries already have a higher tax rate, and you don't see billionaires leaving the country, or even state. In many cases, lot of rich people in California who could afford to move, and don't. The US is a good example. But there are ways to mitigate the problem, like having an exit tax, or taxing, forbidding them to do business in the country. It becomes a lot less appealing to leave if your business gets shut down because of it. And it's a lot harder to move their business. There's an entire supply chain, rule of law, infrastructure they rely on. There's a reason that businesses have their locations in tax havens, but not the actual infrastructure itself. A lot of utilizing tax havens is because we make it very easy with little to no penalty. So there's no trade-off. It's just free money. We don't have to do that. You can also apply the tax to their business before it ever gets paid out in personal wealth. One potential answer is also just let them leave. It involves international cooperation. One of the most exciting developments recently in international tax is the proposed 15% minimum global corporate tax rate. It's going to take a lot of time to get there and a lot of additional compliance hours in the system. But it's in the works and is a good start. Why bother? If they want to leave, they were going to anyway. Collect whatever back taxes you can on the way out. If the worst case scenario is them leaving the USA and not continuing to not pay taxes, then what even changed? Does it really matter? If we're going on the assumption that they don't contribute nearly as much to the economy, then we're told unpaid taxes, wealth tied up in assets instead of actual cash, etc. Then what would we be missing out of if they were to up and leave? I love the concept of freedom in this title. Quote, how do we stop them from leaving the country? Quote, wow. Just wow. Lol, where are they going to go? Don't most countries tax them?
We do tax billionaires.
You couldn't. A bunch of companies have already moved their HQ outside the US in order to avoid US tax law. That's the beauty about having an almost infinite amount of wealth. You can use that wealth to avoid almost anything. Who cares if they do? They are already dodging taxes. I don't know. Label them unpatriotic and traitors to their country and its people? The real question is how to prevent them from making you pay the extra tax. Who cares if they do? They are making money off of America's infrastructure and talent. They can't just leave. Even if they tried. Most other nations with talent and infrastructure actually tax the wealthy to keep their countries competitive and their populace taken care of. Seize their assets? Lock them in prison? Freeze their assets if they try to leave before paying taxes.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.